Hi guys, Squirrel here. This is another mod review video. This time we're looking at the Scania T, which is this bad boy here. This is a extremely configurable truck. There's so many options and you can make it look pretty spectacular. I tried to keep it looking pretty classy. But look at all the lights. You can make it like a Christmas tree if you want to. Look, bright lights, LED lights, square, round ones. Trim down the side. Love the exhaust on the back. Amazing paneling. But I'm going to basically show you the configuration options, and there's a link to this mod in the video description. So let's get started. This is the basic Scania T. You get this from the Scania garage, Scania truck dealer I should say, and you know, I'll be honest, it's not the best looker, is it? But we can make this thing look really nice with a lot of customization that this thing comes with. Let's start with the cabin. We've got anything from normal with a spoiler all the way up to highline, top line, executive top line, executive long line. Executive long line is a hell of a chassis wheelbase. Look at that. Just look at the tank. It's just, you could probably drive around the world with that thing. Under the chassis options, we've got everything from 4x2 all the way up to 6x2, 6x4s, 8x4s, and even this one here, which is an 8x4 with a rear wheel steer. That's one of my favourites. So we've got 4 wheels on these axles here. These are the load bearing, and then this one is a rear wheel steer. Engines, we've got everything from 340, notice the front as well, 340 all the way up to 620 brake Euro 4 V8. Nice little V8 logo there. That carries forward onto the side here, as you'll see in a minute. Transmission, not much to say about this. Normal and retard transmission. Interiors, there are a few options on the interiors actually. You've got the standard with a Vabis wheel, which is this one. You either love it or hate it. Personally, I find it a bit, well, particularly here, it just looks kind of out of place to me. You've got the exclusive, which is this one. Never on my list of things to pick. Exclusive V8, which is always on my list of things to pick. I love this interior. And you also get the exclusive with the Vabis wheel, which, you know, I think that kind of works in the sense that it's all beige and brown. But one of my favourites is this one, the exclusive V8 red, which gives you a red interior. So you've got this red-black kind of Dracula theme going on, if you're into that kind of thing. Paint schemes. Now, paint schemes we can show you later at the paint shop, but essentially, I'm going to show you this one. This paint scheme I'm going to mod review shortly. This is going to come part of a new Squirrel Logistics pack. A paint pack that allows you to paint all of the trucks in the game plus quite a few other mods. This is one of the mods that it paints, so you can't, this doesn't come with this mod. This will come with another mod that I will review shortly. On the outside, this is where this whole thing gets absolutely crazy, and it's a case of where the heck do we start with this? Let's start quickly. Let's put some painted Eagles wheels on here just so that we can kind of help with the effect. There you go. So that already is carrying through the white from the paint skin. Now, on the top, you've got, for example, your beacons, and then, interestingly, you've got the normal kind of roof bars or light bars. You've got 2 extra ones, the custom and the no roof grill. The no roof grill is kind of weird because effectively what it does is it gives you some extra dots here to put things on the roof and down the front, but it doesn't actually have a bar on there. So, you know, might be useful to you if you're trying to keep a clean look. Alternatively, you can go custom. Custom is absolutely insane. But essentially, custom's there so that you can strip light the whole thing up. But it is really for strip lights, because if you click on one of these dots and then show the air horn, for example, you can see it's a sideways facing bar. So really it's useful for things like these lights here, which just sit nice. Put the lights on. They just kind of sit nicely on the side. So be aware of that. But this particular bar on the inside, that's different. You can use that for you know, air horns or even more beacons if you wanted them. All the stuff here will face forward. Coming down the front, you've got these 4 dots here. Now, obviously, mostly useful for putting things like lights on there, either rectangular ones or circular ones. This dot, it says roof illumination sign. The problem is, you can kind of see what it's doing, but it's hard to see. There's some downward-facing lights here which aren't on by default, so I'm guessing they come on some other way, but I'm not sure how. It's meant to illuminate what's on here. But it's kind of hard to see what it's doing. And also, if you pick the roof bar like that, go for the sun visor, I should say, you can get even more lights on this thing like that. So I think when these lights up, they will light up as well. So if you're looking for lights, if you're looking for that Christmas tree look, this mod is for you, because you can put lights absolutely everywhere, and I'm not even joking. You wait till we get into a bit more. These two here on the inside, so I'll cover those separately. Coming around the side here, because there's some interesting options going on here. This particular part, you can see this is black. We've got a black frame, and we've also got a black downstrip to the wheel arch. Let's just have a look at this particular setup. If we click here, for example, we've got plastic with paint, and then panel paint. So panel paint removes the plastic from here, and you can see the texture on the truck skin carries through. So one of my favourites is that one, which gives me a black down piece there. Not that one, because that gets rid of the squirrel almost completely. But you can see there, that works kind of nicely. This, again, is configurable. You can either have it painted in or have it black. Your choice. And then when you come down to the wheel arch, you see you've got some more options. You've got this kind of cowering there, or this cover. You can then have it painted, and then painted with a cover. So between those two, you can get quite a different look, depending on what effect you're going for. I'm just going to leave it on that for now. Let's finish on the side, and then we'll go around the front a bit. So we're coming further down. That's the standard door handle options and the standard door step options. So you can just go painted, chrome, whatever takes your fancy. Here you've got a light strip you can whack in there. It's a light strip where you can choose what lights you want to put on. So we could just, if you want to go orange, you could put orange down the side like that. And then further down, just one more dot down here, we've got this option. Which gives you a paint or a plastic look. Now you can see what I'm doing. I'm kind of building up a plastic look through there, because it kind of offsets the white nicely. I'm getting a kind of a black-white offset, but you could easily just have all of this painted. It's entirely down to what effect you're going for. I'm going to tie that in now with this option, which is a side option. Covers up those rather ugly looking fuel tanks, which I personally never like to see. I always prefer them with a side skirt like this. Again, you've got the skirt options, the lower skirts with the mud flaps on the back there, and painted is yet another option. This is one of my favourite, the V8. So this gives me a nice V8 chrome on the black, which I really like. I really like that. And then down the bottom, just to finish things off, you could go for an exhaust if you're going for a underside exhaust, but there are also options up here, which I'll show in a second, to put exhaust up here. So I'm going to stick on a strip light. You could put that strip light on, or that strip light on, whichever takes your fancy. Yeah, I haven't put all the lights on here, so we can't quite see it. If I just quickly click on those, like that. There we go. Now you can see you've got the orange strip lights here, the orange strip lights here. Lots and lots of lights going on. Of course, you would put orange strip lights there. You've got lots and lots and lots of strip lights going on this thing already. If we just come down to the front now, we can show you some other interesting option. You've got a pole light, which, if you take a closer look, is actually a split. So this is an indicator light. This is a split white front, red rear. So depending on the effect that you want, you can configure that. Now, what else have we got down here? We'll just put the Nexus on for now. That'll do. So nice. Look at all the foot plates. You've got 2 so you can get into your engine. Another 3 so you can climb up into the cab, because this thing is an absolute monster. Right, now let's deal with this bit, shall we? You can change the whole look of the front end, and it's not just the grille here, it's actually the front bumper down here. If we go down to this option, just zoom in very slightly, you can quickly see what's starting to happen. Now, as we change the nose, it really does change the look and feel of the whole truck. And again, because I'm going for a kind of a black-white look, I'm just trying to keep it all split. But I mean, styling wise, you've got the options. You can go all the black down the front. We could go black with a bit of white. Having chosen your bumper, you can then move up to here, the headlights. So we can stick different headlights on, and this is kind of really cool if you look at this. Just get a nice zoom on there. We've got H4s, which is a little white trim. As we move further down, we've got a covered up light. I'm not even sure that's legal in the UK, if I'm honest. H7, you've got the standard, you see, indicators there, the orange indicators, or you've got these LED ones with the LED outer light, which I really like. They're very, very modern, very classy. But you can see it's taken on a completely different look now. It's got more of a snarly look to it. And then this option here, we can even stick in a couple of subtle bull bars, as it were. And then here, this is where it's really cool, you can change the whole look of this grille now. So we could go for that, which is, I don't like that one, which is kind of nice. But let's work our way down the list. This is a very different effect, this kind of grille here. The 5 Series paint. The 5 Series paint old style, which isn't to my taste buds. The V8 style, the 5 Series chrome, which gives you this kind of chrome effect. And a V8 style paint and a V8 style chrome. Again, it's all down to the look you want to go for. But notice that when you choose this, you also get extra attachment points down here, accessory points. So we could even put like, you know, little white lights on there. Or maybe even little orange lights, depending on what you're going for. And then finally, you come up to the top and then put either the Scania logo here, but because it's chrome on chrome, I don't think that works very well. So I'm going to go with the Scania logo up here on the bonnet. And that completes the front look for me, bar one extra option. So what I started was here with the grille, and I worked my way up, and then finally come down to the bottom there. Sorry, that one, meant to say. And you can put the lower grille guard on to get even more lights, because that's what we need. We need some more lights down here. Not enough on this truck already. Same thing, you know, Christmas tree, the whole thing up, down the front of the grille, everywhere, up top, down the sides. You get the picture. Lots and lots and lots of options just in and around here. Okay, let's move around to the back a bit now. The back's got some very cool options. Notice the look of this thing, and we're going to completely change it. Let's start up in the exhaust bracket first, which is that one. So you've got these high pipes, which are straight high pipes rearward facing, or you've got straight vertical pipes, or you've got these kind of sporty pipes. You don't have to have these, you can have the pipes down the bottom, of course, but I chose to put a strip light down there. I'm going to go for that one, just for my look. I don't want to have upward facing because I feel that we'd probably get some heat damage on that spoiler there. This one here is quite cool. Again, comes down to the look, but hose stock looks like this. If you want to get this white aluminium look, or you can go for a chrome look. Now, that ties in with what's going to happen here shortly. Both the white and the chrome options are available on a lot of this stuff, so you probably want to keep that the same. As we go up to the top, we've got LEDs, as you would expect. This is the basic LED. You get these little red strip LEDs down the sides there, which is it's a very, very nice looking effect. But if you want to go totally crazy, you want to click on this one, because this one lets you put all kinds, be it chrome rectangular, chrome oval, or very small with a rubber backing like this, and you can light the whole thing up, create some very interesting styling effects. And when you come up the top again, which is up here, you can put even more. You can put a few more along the top there as well. What are these lights? Well, these lights come in here mostly. If you go tail light 1 like that, what these lights do, and these lights also appear right on the back as well, but they're all basically the same. If you click on one of these, you get options for brake lights, blinker lights, reverse lights, and tail lights. For example, I could put a right blinker round there, and on the other side here, I could put a left blinker round. Okay, so right blinker round, top and bottom, for example, and they actually activate. So when I indicate, you're going to see indicator lights here. You're going to see big indicator lights up on high, and you could also have some indicator lights down here. The rest of them are pretty self-explanatory. You've got tail lights like this, so you can just normal tail lights, or you can have brake lights, which only activate, surprisingly enough, when you're braking. And finally, you can have reversing lights, which are extremely useful when you're reversing into trailers and it's quite dark. These things will actually light the way particularly well. Arguably not so useful if you're third person, but certainly when you're looking through the mirrors when you're reversing, which you should be if you're a real trucker, you can see the way a lot more effectively with these kind of reversing lights on the back, and you'll probably want to do the same down here. Anyway, so there's lots and lots of options up here for lighting. Let's get down to this bit. This is the fun bit. So I'm going to go with this chrome effect. So let me just show you what's going on. You see these kind of mud guards here, or fenders as it calls them. You can go for plastic or stock paint. Now notice these are rounded in white. I can also make them flattened or streamlined as it's called. So stock and streamlined like that. Either in white or in paint. Obviously it's when I'm choosing paint it's going white because my paint scheme is white. But I think that looks quite nice, and you can also do the same thing on, is it this one, or sorry, this one, there we go. Streamline paint there, and streamline paint here. There you go. So we've covered all three wheels now, streamline paint. But then, in between as well, look at this. We can go for a painted aluminium look or a straight up aluminium plate look. And I think that looks really tidy now. The final piece in the jigsaw is what's going on in between the wheel arches, and that's that dot here. If you keep a close eye on this, you've got stock, plastic, chrome, chrome plastic, paint, paint plastic. So again, you can see the aluminium. Now I don't want black in between, don't want white in between. It's all down to my styling. I'm going to go with that. There you go. Now, isn't that supremely tidy platform? Look at it. It's aluminium stripe down the middle. It's all white gaps. You know, it's filled in all the gaps, and it looks so tidy. The lines on it are absolutely beautiful. Really impressed with that. Drop down here, and this is the option I was telling you about. This is the final bit now. You've got options on what the rear looks like. You can see we've got white aluminium, usual story. And then you've got this, the bumper paint or the bumper chrome. So if you want a chrome on the back or a paint on the back, entirely up to you. But then you've got some side lights. They are literally on the side. So you just want to stick these little side lights on there. And then these are the ones where you'd want to go for blinkers, that kind of stuff. It should be a right blinker. So you can have extra blinkers, extra reversing lights, brake and tail lights all down the back. Make the truck look pretty darn cool. Finally, just going on the inside, forget these dots because they're not actually inside, they're on the outside, but there are a couple of inside dots, not many I'll give you, but there is one here which gives you a air freshener, so you can have a red air freshener, and then the one above it gives you some lovely dice. You could either have white ones or black ones or any colour you want, so I'm going to go with black dice, which looks really cool. No other options on the inside. There is an option on the outside if I can find it. There's one at the back there, which is this thing, the LED board. Obviously, Scania Griffin on the back. And again, it does light up, see? If you turn it on and off. So it's down to your taste whether you want it or not. There's also an interior light. There's a dot for an interior light somewhere. Here it is, the cab light. Interior light blue, green, orange, red and white. I don't find that terribly effective, but it supposedly lights up inside the cab a different colour. Again, it's just pure aesthetics. But you can see, if you can remember back at the start when we had that little green stubby thing here, look at it now. Seriously, it's not even the same truck. That is the Scania T. The configuration options are immense. The Squirrel Logistics skin will be available soon. But this is also a pretty solid truck to drive. And as a mod, it's very complete, but it has been ripped off. Somebody else has taken it, extended it and claimed it as their own. Be wary of that because that happens in the mod world. I'm giving you a link to the one from the original author, and that is something I will always try and do. Okay, so that completes the internal configuration review of the Scania T mod. So that completes the mod review of the Scania T. Don't forget the link is in the video description. Please rate the video if you enjoyed it, and if you love Scania. Take care guys. Happy trucking.